Alright, what we got going on in this video is some kayak fishing, some photos from some bridge fishing, and then a charter that we did. My neighbors at the campground I was at were kind enough to invite me, so a bunch of video at the end from that charter. And basically what I was doing here, not being experienced with saltwater fishing, just taking my bass gear out. Nothing special, jerk baits and some soft plastics, going for whatever we could. I am in the area. I actually launched from the campground every day, and this area is called Layton. It's about halfway between Islamorada and Marathon, which is, I don't know, about halfway between Key Largo and Key West. So you can see Channel 5 bridge off in the background there. Did some fishing down there, but didn't have too much luck around the bridge. But just went out really hoping for the best. Whatever could catch would be nice. And here I am landing a baby Barracuda. Caught a bunch of these, have a few in the videos, but they were everywhere and actually started to become really annoying to catch. They were just biting everything, including some fake shrimp that I was throwing, and they teeth were just tearing them up. So those are not cheap lures to be losing constantly. So here's another smaller Barracuda, and getting to the point where I'm not even showing too much of the bite action because it was getting annoying. Actually, this is a lizard fish, pretty gnarly looking guy, and would not stop. So luckily with them thrashing around, it's actually pretty easy to take the pliers here and just grab the treble hook and let them work themselves off. I think this is on the other side of the campground. There were actually some bigger Barracuda out here, a few sharks, nurse sharks. I think I saw a lemon shark as well. Nothing too big, a few feet at the most, but definitely some bigger Barracuda out in this water, but didn't manage to hook up any of those. Alright, this is probably the most exciting part, one of the reasons I came down to do fishing down here, but you'll see how the video goes. Not quite successful, but at least was able to get some action on camera. So that's a tarpon, obviously. We zoom in here. This guy's actually a needlefish. I'm not sure how I hooked that. Not exactly sure what this one was. Maybe a little jack of some sort. And then here, so I'm well offshore at this point. You can see it's super shallow, grassy. Was targeting some spotted trout, which I caught from the shore the other day, but didn't have a camera with me. But I think this is a Yellowtail Snapper. And then back here in the mangroves, there were a bunch of Mangrove Snapper that I fished a lot and really only had success for 10 or 15 minutes this one day. Very dependent on the tide on catching them, and I was catching them on jerk bait. So actually both the ones I caught here were pretty good size, good fillet size. bunch of snappers swimming around, some bait fish, so you can barely see them above water, and then some underwater action. It's a little cloudier than I thought it would be, but you can kind of see them swimming around there. And next we got some photos from fishing the bridges. This is, I believe, a gag grouper, puffer fish, a jack, I believe, yellow jack. This is a hogfish, really good eating actually, which I wish I had known before I released it. Grunt. And I think this is a surgeon fish. So the name of the boat that we were on was a Tiki. I believe it's Tiki Charters out of Islamorada. Captain Roy, you see in the blue shirt there, and first mate Mike pulling in a Yellowtail Snapper that Tim had caught. These guys were awesome. They put us on a ton of fish. We only went out for 4 hours. Got quite a good amount of video here, but not all of our catches, and you'll see a photo at the end with everything that we caught. But here we're fishing for Yellowtail Snapper, basically just letting loose line out with circle hook and some bait on there and letting them snag on. They were really helpful, taught us a lot on what we were doing, let us do everything on our own as opposed to some of the other boats I've been on. So definitely had a blast with these guys. So enjoy some of the fishing here. These are all yellowtail that we're fishing for right now. still fishing for yellowtail. We do have some of the outriggers hooked up with some bait, and you'll notice the one on the left hand side behind me is gonna snap, and we got a fish on. Mike grabs the rod real quick and hands it off to me, and the fight is on. So as you can see, we got a pretty good fight going here, and Mike's got the gaff out. And on light tackle, this fish was an absolute blast to fight. Still trying to run under the boat here, so just trying to position it. And boom, first try. So we got a nice kingfish here. It's got to go right into the cooler. Very aggressive, very big teeth. We got another video here that took place about 15-20 minutes later after it had a chance to chill down, and we'll grab it out of the box here and get a nice little photo op. So here we had, I believe, a bottom rig. On the a little bit heavier tackle, and not too much of a fight, but just enough to wear you out a little bit, and unfortunately not the result we were looking for either, as you'll see.
Really?
Oh, I want to see. Oh, yeah.
Some kind of little shark, not what we were going for.
You said come here. Hold on, let me find a rag real quick, okay?
And now, this is actually me reeling in. We were getting ready to take off to another spot. I was just reeling the line in, and boom, felt a hit.
I looked over, I was like, there's a fish there,
And it was pretty close to the boat by the time it hit, so it wasn't a long fight, but got a nice little bonita out of it. Alright, this is a mutton snapper that Tim had caught. Apologies, the video didn't cooperate, but we're pretty excited about this fish. It was one that we were targeting. Mike was targeting with a specific deboned fish that he was using as bait, and that's a good eating fish, so we were pretty pumped about that. This is Tim fighting I think we got a bonita on the line here as well. So decent little fighting fish. They're in the mackerel tuna family. Good eating, but an even better fight probably. So here we're bouncing some more bait along the bottom. Mike goes to check to see if we're holding bottom, and boom, got a hit. So Deb's taking the rod here and on for a decent little fight for another bonita. see the other rods bending. I thought we had potentially another hit, but the lines had actually gotten tangled, so I'm just going to take the rod and reel up with the fish. So here's our catch. From left to right, got the Yellowtail Snappers, Mutton Snapper, Kingfish, and the Bonita. So I had a really enjoyable time, even though the kayak fishing was a little bit slower than I thought. Charter was awesome, so appreciate Roy and Mike, and thanks again to Tim and Deb for letting me tag along. So hope you guys enjoy.